Hello, welcome to the Soulprint Pick Your Crystal weekly reading for the week starting June 27th through July 3rd. Okay, so wow, last reading for the month of June, and off we go into July. We're definitely in summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. Um, so let's just see what we have this week. This is a very lovely soft rose quartz. This is a lovely moonstone, and this is a lovely, lovely amethyst. So I don't. These things are a little hard to see, I think, especially the amethyst. Okay, so we have rose quartz, moonstone, amethyst. Just take a moment and pick one or two of the piles that most resonate, the ones that most speak to your soul. And understanding that these are general readings, they may or may not resonate with you, but I sure hope they do. All right, here we go. Let's start with the rose quartz. What do we have here? We have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Chariot, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Very often, we can prevent ourselves from moving forward, from achieving all that we have the potential to achieve, simply by getting trapped in our thoughts, whether that be a repetitive thought about things that has been said to us, or our own self-critical thoughts. But it is important to be able to slow down enough to actually hear that dialogue or hear the repetitive nature of the things that you are saying to yourself. It is important to catch when you say limiting or almost dismissive phrases when things actually have hurt. Things like, whatever, it doesn't matter, it is what it is, although sometimes that one really is true. Phrases like, that was such a stupid thing to do, why did you do that? Why can't you be more like whoever? That was really dumb. Why did you say that or do that? These kinds of thoughts can be so incredibly destructive. And this spread of cards is like literally saying, please take the time to listen to what you say in your head, and in fact, what you say out loud. And recognize that those thoughts create your reality. You are manifesting all the time. With every waking breath and often with every sleeping breath, you are manifesting. You are creating literally the world in which you live. And so it's very important to sort of connect with those thoughts, with the very words that create the stuff of your life. It's time for you to make a decision about correcting those thoughts, finding a more effective way of controlling those thoughts so that you can move forward and create all of the brilliance and the magnificence and the magic that your soul has always been capable of creating. So you replace negative statements with positive ones. You replace whatevers with a quiet acknowledgement that that hurt, but at this point you can't change it. But denying your own hurt, denying the feelings that you have been experiencing, creates blocks that impede your ability to move forward. So this week, as you are wrapping up June and you're moving into July, it appears that Spirit wants you to really take some time. Perhaps, certainly in North America, you have the July 1st holiday in Canada. You have July 4th in the United States. I apologize to any other countries who might be celebrating something for this around this time. But you're being asked to just slow down a little bit and actually listen to the words you say and listen to the words you think and listen to the tapes that go around and around and around in your head and start making definitive, concrete decisions about how you can reverse that, how you can slow down their power. In fact, how you can render those thoughts powerless so that you can move forward and create a new beginning in a way that is fulfilling, that is satisfying, and that is helpful in terms of creating the brilliance you want to create. Okay. Let's go with this beautiful, beautiful moonstone. And what do we have here? We have the Two of Swords, Death, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Okay, now for those of you, don't freak out. Death doesn't mean death. Okay, so we don't need to get upset. Okay, so this grouping of cards seems to be talking about a decision that has been made with regards to a partnership of some kind. So whether that was a work situation, a family situation, a romantic situation, a friendship situation. But there's definitely an energy of needing to pare down the acquaintances and focus more on the quality of actual friendships, the quality of actual relationships. It is about making conscious decisions and choices to sort of separate the wheat from the chaff. It's time to say my life is cluttered and it's time for me to remove those things that don't serve me. And whether that means spring cleaning a closet or whether that means taking a look at all the people in your contact list and asking yourself, do these people actually add value? Do I add value to their lives? Is this relationship at least balanced to some degree? Am I getting from the relationship and am I giving to the relationship? It is about bringing to an end those situations where there is sort of a lack of balance and where it has been about quantity as opposed to quality. There is, it's been an interesting thing that's happened as a result of COVID. We have become so almost isolated within our own very small units. And one of the things that has happened is we've actually had the time to really reflect on some of the relationships that we have in our lives, whether those are relationships with coworkers, with friends, with a partner, with family members, and really take a good hard look at if in fact we actually miss them, or if in fact we miss them considerably more than we thought that we would. We've come to realize that they play a much more important role for us than we expected. And this is about taking a look at those situations and streamlining that which does not need to be, kind of cluttering up the energy. It is about finally letting go. It is about understanding and realizing that when something's time is done, it's done. You can carry the wisdom, you can carry the love, you can carry the lessons, the understanding, all that with you going forward. But you do not need to drag the situation or the person forward with you. It is about letting go so that you can really put time and attention and focus into those people, those situations, those areas that fulfill you, that really speak to you. And let go now of those things which really, really don't. So it's not a matter anymore of having 100 contacts in your contact list. It becomes a matter of having 10 people who you can count on through thick and thin, 10 people that you wouldn't hesitate to jump in to help if they needed help. It is about really getting clear on the kinds of relationships you want in your life and what you're going to do about the ones that no longer serve you. And this isn't a rash, just get rid of everybody kind of energy. It is about literally decision by decision, going through and taking a look at these relationships and saying, do you stay? Or is it time for me to gently say thank you, but goodbye? And so if you are having some time over the course of this week or into the holiday weekend, this would be a really good time to take a little bit of quiet time to yourself and start asking yourself some of these questions, knowing that once you let go and the energy isn't sort of scattered and dispersed among so many people, options, situations, that you're going to be able to focus in on what is actually really important. And as you do that, you are really going to be able to increase not only the quality of the relationships, but in fact, the vibration of it. And take these friendships or these relationships to a higher, more honest level. So, that's the message for Moonstone. And let's see what Amethyst has to say. So, Four of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so There are very often times in life, and every one of us can look back and recognize or point out those times. I'm literally hearing that Garth Brooks song, thank God for unanswered prayers. As I'm looking at these cards, and it is time to start to give consideration to the fact that sometimes what we think we want ultimately would not have served. And sometimes the things that we are being offered that we are kind of not interested in really end up being the blessing. They end up being exactly what we needed or what we were looking for. And in this situation, it really does feel as if there is a need to gain some clarity or perhaps develop a strategy in terms of going forward so that the acceptance or the rejection is really created on a soul level as opposed to an instinctive emotional level. That isn't what I wanted, and so therefore I'm not accepting anything. Or, I was looking for this and you've offered me that, right? It's about, and I'm not saying that everything that gets offered to you that isn't what you wanted is a blessing. Of course it's not. But what I'm saying is there are situations that you're going to be dealing with or looking at this week or around this time where you're being asked to just simply pause and take a bit of a step back and just see if maybe there isn't some value in what you actually are being offered, value with what is being sent your way. And for a lot of you, interestingly enough, it appears to have to do with money, finances, with possessions, with things that are considered assets. And literally, this could be something as simple as you want one result from a doctor's appointment and they say, no, we're going to try this first. Pentacles can also be about your health. So understand that what is being offered may very well be a gift that you have yet to see or recognize. There is a need for continued temperance or balance within your reactions to emotional situations. There is a need for you to very gently be very kind to yourself, but bring a sense of calm and balance to the decisions that you are making, to those things that you are looking at in this time frame. The Queen of Swords is sort of telling you, listen, I will bring for you the stability. I will bring for you the gentle nurturing of that which is your ambition, that which are your thoughts. I will help you find the clarity. I will help you see the reasoning or the logic of it. But in order to do that, you must bring that sense of calm balance to that which you are doing. You want to be reflective and careful about what comes into your life and what you are accepting and rejecting. For some of you, this will be, for example, perhaps a counter offer that is coming in, whether that be for a legal situation or perhaps you're purchasing something and there's some negotiating going on. But there is definitely a sense that, not that you take it simply because it's being offered. I don't want anybody to get that impression from this, but that you at least take the time to examine whether something that is being offered might ultimately end up being to your benefit, even though it perhaps may not have been exactly what you were anticipating or hoping for. And it's interesting because having said all of that, the energy of this really is not disappointment. The energy of this is, thank God for unanswered prayers. It is understanding and knowing when something doesn't come to fruition in that moment, it very well may be because something much better is coming our way. Something that we are literally being protected from or prevented from moving forward with, literally by divine intervention, so that we end up following the road of our highest intention and the road of our soul print and our desire. So, I have to say, this week definitely sounds like it is a week where everybody is going to be doing a little bit of emotional work, emotional healing, looking at things from a slightly different perspective, and as a result of that, bringing those blessings and those opportunities into your life. Thank you so very, very much for being here this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, be kind to yourself. Bye for now.